What's up guys? Today we gotta check out 3 brand new old fresh tracks. So this one is made by Fredrik in 2009. Fredrik, being a fellow Swede, just grew up an hour or two away from me. So the release is back in 2009 and it's called WFO MX Park, so Wide Freaking Open MX. And it's pretty much, as the title says, it's a rad track. Nice jumps and stuff, so this is a sick track. I have put a lot of hours into this track in particular, and it's one of my all-time favorites. It's big jumps, not very technical, it's not the easiest track we've shown here, but it's simple enough to where most people can find something, and this is one of the first tracks I used to do as well. So definitely some memories going back to 2010, 11-ish. Playing on my MacBook, just random skins, and trying to figure out how to play the game. And this track was one of the favorites because it had big jumps, not too much ruts and stuff. So I could at least find something in the realms of almost being flow. And of course we had the 2009 dyno, so bikes now should be more powerful, so it should be easier to hit things today. Oh, I'm learning to scrub these things. I mean, I saw the potential, like, dang, you can scrub these so big, but unfortunately I sucked too much, I wasn't able to scrub that much. I mean, you can see what happened now. It's pretty much what usually happens. Fun fact, if you have too much speed in that finish line jump, you can actually jump up into the finish line banner and fall off. So that's interesting, I think. So that's one lap. I'm gonna do one more here. I think this track is so good. So I'm really looking forward to the outdoor season. I can't stop crashing. Oh well, that's life. I would love to see what you guys think about the upcoming, not Supercross, but motocross season here. More or less AMA. I wish I followed GPs, but since I can't find them being uploaded anywhere, so I can just quickly check them out, it just hasn't happened. But it's gonna be really interesting, I think, because Webb obviously claiming the championship for indoors. I think Tomac is gonna put up more of a fight outdoors, I hope, since he's, I don't know if I should say auto specialist, but he's on rails outdoor pretty much all of the time. So Tomac, Rox and Moose Green, all of those guys, I think it's gonna be a one stacked outdoor season, and 250 is gonna be super fun. I wish Faulkner was ready for outdoors, but I mean, we have a few new guys, Covington, Lawrence, I don't know, J Martin, is he out still? As you can tell, I'm not very up to date on who's injured, who's not and stuff. I just pretty much follow the broadcasts and just see what I see. So I think 250 is gonna be one hell of a battle. Cincerello probably wanna get a win since he choked at Vegas, unfortunately. And Ferran is gonna be, I think he's gonna be really fast. So Ferrandis, McElrath, Hampshire, Smith. I mean, there's so many guys. Sexton, Falk, Lawrence. I think 250 is gonna be so much fun because there's, I guess, around 10 guys at least that could win motos if they have a good day. So that's gonna be stacked for sure. So that's the first track of this episode. I'm gonna move on to the next one, and let's see what that was. Second track here is gonna be Leroy 2008. This is an OG track, if anything. I would guess the release is 2008 or 2009. Made by Danke KTM 21, I think. RIP. So this track released far and long ago. Not one that I've played too much. I played some of it, but I've definitely run a few laps here. So from what I can remember, it's quite big and wide, as a lot of the early tracks or people's first tracks are. I don't know, not much more to say about it. Oh. So Leeuwarp, I think Leeuwarp is Belgium, maybe Dutch. So this is obviously sand and heavy in real life. There's this video of some guy railing a 125 around here that blew up a few years ago. Can't remember who it was, but I would like to think it was Ryan Surratt, but I don't think it was when I checked back. So definitely a heavy track in real life. In here I don't think the traction is much more than the stock one, just this last track, so slippery and quite fast, a bit weird, but still like the track. And again, I gotta apologize for not running the tracks before. I just want to go in and hit it and see what I can remember and see, like, get the perhaps old experience again. So I'm trying to not go ride the tracks too much before I shoot the video. And obviously when this was run there was no 450s, only 250s. I'm not even sure if 125s were around when this particular track was released. When the other one, WFO MX Park, was released, I think they were around, but I'm not quite sure. So definitely no 450s. 450s was released in 2011, so these were definitely before that. So that's one lap here. It's not very long. It's gonna run one more, I guess. Or until I crash. That's one way to look at it. I think it's such a blast running these old tracks, and a lot of it is just sentimental. Like, these are the tracks, if you will, I grew up with in MX Simulator. Sounds silly, but I've been playing this game for 9 years and I'm 23 years old, 24 in a couple of weeks. So I've been playing this game for more than a third of my life. So I think it's fair to say that sentimental value in this case is actually something legit. Like, if you've been done something for more than over a third of your life, I think having feelings for the first things is okay to have. So that's why I'm doing this series. These are tracks that I think nobody that starts playing today will ever see or have interest in, and I feel like such a shame. Like, there's so much great content out there, and my list of tracks I want to feature here is definitely going to miss a lot of them, because there's a lot of tracks I simply have forgotten the name of, I've never ridden, or I just didn't really care about back in the day. So I just want to show you guys some of what's out there and some of where the game is coming from. So yeah, fresh new bike hooked up by Team Infidel. Team shut down, so it's pretty much a two-man effort at this point. It's me and Infidel, and Infidel doesn't really play Sim much more, just hangs around a bit. So shout out to him for hooking me up with a fresh new bike, and I think it's made off of the Enduro version. I'm not entirely sure since since their team doesn't have a GP presence this year, but I could be wrong on that. So let's move on to the last track here. Last track of the day, Boonville MX Pro Challenge 2014. So if you remember from episode 2, I think it was, it had a night track that was Boonville MX Pro Challenge, and that was released, I would guess, in 2011 or 2012, made by Checkers. So this is just revisiting. So this part right here is the same, or it's a new layout, or it's a new displacement, but the layout is the same, I think. Up until this point, I think you used to jump up right, but instead here you have some more, almost a scrub. So it's extended this track. I don't think this is a replica track. I think this is a just made out of nothing track. But I could be wrong. I'm super bad with tracks and what the kids think is cool on Instagram and all of that. So it could very well be a real life track, but I think it's just made out of imagination track. So definitely has a good flow to it. Nice track. I've been playing this one a ton as well. So easy to get a good flow on. Quite whippable jumps. You can quad this section if you just charge from the downhill, like jump over and doesn't jump too much, charge fully. At least on a 450 you can quad that section. I think you can do it on 252. I'm probably not gonna do that now. You can triple quite easily though. So again, it's gonna try and jump and land on the wall right, so but that didn't happen. I would think this was released in 2014, and Shakers have made over 200 tracks now, stepping away from the game, and I think it's been. I would almost think that he came into the game in 2011. Is that somewhere? So 200 tracks in 8 years. That's a lot, and I think we should all be grateful for what he has done to the game. He has made so many tracks and so many high quality tracks. It's insane. Even if a lot of the latest ones has been replicas for the Nationals and Supercross series, it's still so many hours put into this game that I don't think really anyone could appreciate what he has done for the community. I've put some hours into the game, but definitely not even close to what he has put in. And there's been a lot of drama going around the last few years, and I definitely think he deserves the relaxation of stepping away from the game. So you can see you can easily triple that. So I gotta say, giving it up to Shakers, he's done an amazing job. I think he's not the greatest track creator in my eyes. I think there are a few, or it depends on how you see it. He's made some of the absolutely best tracks that are out there, like Mission Valley for example, Boonville. So he has some absolute classics, and I think I appreciated the old Nationals more before the sort of 2016 everything should be big thing came in. So as soon as they upped the scale more, I started to appreciate the AMA tracks less. But everything prior to that point that's been amazing to have. But I think the all-time greatest track creator would be DJ, Shakers, and Hagqvist, and I think Hagqvist could be one of them, and DJ. And the only reason they are ahead of Shakers is that they knew how to 3D model and stuff. Like, they helped so much with the fundamentals of the game, and DJ writing all the tutorials and stuff, having such a good understanding of how the entire game works. And I think Hagqvist sort of did the same. The 2013 GPs, even though the traction is off on a lot of them, I think how much he and Rafagaz made in such a short period of time is definitely worth something, and the scale is on point. I think like tracks are so good, most of them. So I think Hagqvist is gonna be my number one spot. DJ, because he made so many old tracks that I've been used to riding, like so many old tracks that I grew up on, so purely out of sentimental value, I think DJ has a place up there, as well as he had this deep understanding of the game. He had to 3D model, helped GLV, it seemed, like did everything. Rider models, tracks, models for tracks, decals, and road guides and stuff. So DJ is also one of the all-time greatest. And then Shakers just releasing so many tracks, and I don't think Shakers has ever released a track that was outright bad. You might not have liked all of them, not everyone might have been a favorite, but there's so many good Shakers tracks out there, if you just see. So almost going for the WOD. So that's some of the history here and my thoughts on it, and I have so much appreciation for the track creators that created so many tracks. I've probably released around 20 or helped on 20, 25, 30 maybe. So I've done maybe a tenth of what Shakers has done, and I've spent so many hours on that. So doing 10 times more that, even if some things might have been faster than what I do, it's just an amazing thing, really. So all my respect here to Shakers, and I think he has a nice sim retirement, and I don't know, maybe life could improve by not having to deal with kids and stuff, I don't know. So that was a road trip. I've been doing this for 5 laps and 7 minutes, not more than 7. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Go show the creators some love, they need it in this day and age. A lot of hate, little love, show some appreciation, and do that, and have a good day.